You can spot me in the city building lobby with a sawed-off shot. He's screaming, drop it, this a rock.
What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Adult. Look, I have a video about Fight Night Champion 2 and how we want that game to come back. In my comments, I got a comment from one of my subscribers, Dante Woods. He said that, hey, look into it. Floyd Mayweather is making his own boxing game. What? All right, so look. Let me find the article. This is from TMZ Sports. TMZ Sports. Hold on, first, put a pin. I'm about to read out loud. Okay? So I can read, but reading out loud, we all know it's different. So brace yourself. So it says, epic news, gamers. The best thing since Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is on the way. Because Floyd Mayweather says he's following in Tyson's footsteps and creating his own video game. At his 41st birthday bash, Floyd told TMZ Sports he's already working on bringing TBE to video game consoles around the world. And like all things Floyd, he's going to have ownership in it to make sure it comes out right. FYI, the gaming community been starved for a legit boxing game for years. No shit. So this is a huge deal. It's been rumored EA might be dropping a new Fight Night, but Floyd told us he ain't gonna be in it if they do. In quotes, before I do anything, I have to have some ownership. So, there it is. Floyd Mayweather is making his own boxing game. 2 strong points. 1 point, ownership. He's going to have ownership of it. 2nd point, EA Sports is making a new Fight Night. Yay to that, but this is the important part. The EA team is not going to be the developers of Floyd Mayweather's new boxing game. But that got me thinking. Is it going to be 2K? 2K Sports is better than EA. Okay, look. 2K NBA kills live. Let's keep it real. Remember 2K5, I think it was called, the ESPN 2K? Do anyone remember that football game? That football game was better than Madden, period. Madden knew immediately that they had to get that contract signed by the NFL. That's how EA is able to beat out 2K on the line. When 2K competes against EA, they like, we have to monopolize. We have to do the UFC thing. We have to have ownership of Madden, which is bad for the consumer because we hate monopolies. We like to have our choice. Another thing is Floyd Mayweather, he said he wants to have ownership of the game. So with Floyd Mayweather having ownership, I hope they ask Floyd Mayweather for a few pointers on, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure they, whoever the developers are, but we're really hoping that it's 2K. So I'm thinking with Floyd Mayweather having ownership, he would tell them what helps you win a fight, how effective a jab is, stamina, what makes you tired. And I heard you guys on the comments. I heard you guys on the comments saying, hey, you know, ShowBizz the Adult, you must have sucked on Fight Night Champion because you complained about the spamming of the straight right and you complain about the spamming of the sidestep. No, I worked around it. I was making those guys victims. I was beating those guys. What I'm saying is, I want a game where there is no incentive to do any one thing over and over again. Don't have the straight right have that many points on it to where it gives the person the incentive to just keep throwing one thing over and over again, doing anything over and over again. I want a game where the incentive is in your stamina. The incentive is in how you establish a good jab. I want it to be as close to the real thing as possible. I don't want any fights looking mechanical. If you want to do that, then get Punch-Out. Floyd, please, please, all your knowledge put into this game. Have it look realistic. How about effective inside work? And I'm talking about clinching, where you hit to the body, you hit at the end of the clinch, of the grab. I'm talking about effective clinching. Not if you clinch, you just lose stamina. I'm talking about gaining stamina. I'm talking about pushing somebody back off the clinch. I'm talking about hooking off the clinch, real true inside work. Don't have them clinch forever. Have the ref come and break it up. You know what I mean? If you clinch too many times, you get a warning, and then you get a point deducted. Have a jab be effective. Don't have the magnet where, the closer you get, now you're just drawing together. No, have the person have to cut you off. Make it as realistic as possible. Okay, how about the end corner system? Remember back in the day with the other, like the knockout kings and stuff like that, where they working on the cut? You know what I'm saying? You work on your cut, you ice your cut, you put the little Q-tip in it. Have the artificial intelligence smart enough to where they see your statistics on how many punches you threw at the end of the round, and they say, hey, you should go to the body more. That'll be amazing. So have the game as realistic as possible. No need to have a special punch. Don't do what Prize Fighter did when 2K outsourced their development to Venom, and then they had a special heart punch. No special punches. You can have the modifier where you put more, more funk on your punches where you sit down and stuff like that, but there'll be a cost, right? Because you're sitting down, and when you miss big, then, you pay big. So Floyd, I already want this thing as realistic as possible, okay? As far as who's going to be in the game, we don't need any named fighters. Really, we don't need any name. Actually, we don't need any fighters. Like I said in my other video, just as soon as you hit start, just like 2K NBA, as soon as you start, you have to make your creator player, right? Just put all of the work into the details of your creation. Have people create what they really want to see. Okay, have the styles right. Have the trunks right, or at least at the beginning, have those things right. And, you put this, have more black haircuts than just the fade and a fro and the braids. Have this wide variety of the creator mode, so you can create tattoos and stuff like that, anything. So you can create this boxer as you want them, with the style that you want them, the style of the punches, maybe the taunts, stuff like that. Have a point system to where, just like any other career mode, I'm talking about let's have a great career mode. Have the pre-fight, have the post-fight interview where you select what you want to say. I mean, you can do all the stuff that can kind of dictate the type of fighter you are, dictate your career. You can retire them at the end. You can get certain points where you unlock different gems, of course, but you unlock different promotional companies, you unlock different trunks, you unlock different gloves, you unlock your different robes, your ring entrance, what you do when they announce your name, you unlock, I don't know, nicknames. There's all of these possibilities you can do with this career mode. Or you can just go flat out online, right? And online, you get to negotiate your fights, right? So let's say you go online and you say somebody wants to fight you, and their overall is higher than you, but when you beat them, you get that many more points. Do you want to take that risk? You know what I'm saying? Or the overall dictates how many points you get. Or you can be a cherry picker and get little point by little point, beating people that you can beat. You know what I'm saying? Or if you go after the champion and you get the belt, you get all these major points, right? And it makes you even tougher to beat when someone else try to beat you. So when somebody's going up against a champ, they're hardcore. They're hardcore. Or if they fought and got the belt before, you know what I mean? In order for you to even get in line to get the belt, you should have like a certain type of winning percentage. Man, you can do so much stuff with this game. And then naming it, call it the sweet science. As far as Floyd Mayweather being in the game, I don't need to play with him. Just have the money team. Just have the money team. Have you being the top promoter I can hire once I get so many points. But the most important thing you have to do is make sure that the fighting game is like a real simulation of boxing. ShowBizz the adult. I'm out.
With a sawed-off shot, he screaming, drop it, it's a robbery.